Chris Loft, I've got to ask you, mate. Of course, we found out earlier in the week Chris would be spending a mandatory 6 months in jail. To many, that sentence seemed rather excessive. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it is. It's way over the top. When you look at, a couple of Hervey Bay blokes a couple of years ago got bashed down in Brisbane and only got, the bloke that did that only got fined $330. So it's pretty terrible, that sort of thing. But he had a hard job to walk into what he did. The council had $200 million in the bank, and I'll say that again, $200 million in the bank at the last election. And I don't think any of the councils were sure what was going on and where the money was and what bank accounts it was in. And also the bullying of the staff, the report come out. I spoke about it at the Belcara bill that went through Parliament on the 16th of May, and if you want to read my speech there, you can go back into Hansard on the 16th of May 2018 and read all about what I had to say about what was actually going on in the council. So, yeah.
Yeah, look, it is a surprise, the extent of that sentence. Now, Ted, you've been in politics for some time. I mentioned earlier in the week that if everybody who, and not that we condone it, but if everybody who helped out with jobs for the boys or jobs for the girls and had any sort of nepotism happening, to build another bloody jail, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, you only got to look at Jackie Trad's Razor Gang blowout of its own budget for hired help. And guess who's the head of that? And that's Nicole Scala. She was the chief of staff of the former Labor Premier Anna Bligh. So she's looking after her own mates. And you only got to look at some of the things that go on in state parliament. If you're a Conservative, you get sent to jail. But if you're a Labor Party supporter, you get off scot-free.
The Deputy Premier has defended hiring private consultants to help reduce the state's ballooning cost of hiring consultants. While fielding a raft of questions on Talkback Radio, Jackie Trad stood by her plan to reduce the spending. State political reporter Josh Babbis has the story.
Taking the hot seat, the Deputy Premier prepared to answer everything and anything. Jackie Trad also went on to explain why the state government was spending millions of dollars on consultants to help identify what other government consultancy work could be reduced.
I know that sounds really weird, but I do have to say we want external expertise to help us do this job.
That help includes private firm PricewaterhouseCoopers and its expert Nicole Scala, a personal friend of Jackie Trad, who hosted the Deputy Premier and Minister Shannon Fentiman at her home in the Canadian holiday town of Whistler.
I didn't appoint her. I had no association with her appointment at all.
That's a matter for the Treasurer. She's entitled to put people on who she thinks is fit to do work.
Look, I don't think it passes the pub test.